Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent makes some very bullish statements about crypto that you need to hear about. I'll share the clip with you. And huge amounts of capital is being raised to invest in Bitcoin. And Pakistan is opening up energy for Bitcoin mining, and scammers have figured out a new sophisticated way of trying to steal your crypto. I'll tell you what it is. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as a thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin because of course we're all waiting for Bitcoin to continue its run so that the liquidity can then flow down to the altcoins. So Bitcoin at the time of recording is near 110,000. It is at $109,692 at the time of recording. And as we've been tracking on the daily chart, its RSI was in the overbought zone. So it pulled back a bit. And then you have the news out there about tariffs and the back and forth with Trump and the EU and much more. And that's causing some uncertainty, but nothing to panic about. We're just seeing some chop and consolidation. It is annoying, I know, but we have to wait and see what Bitcoin decides to do next. It could pull back and test support levels. So you have to be prepared for that scenario. That cannot be ruled out. Or it can continue this strong move and get overheated, and then altcoins start to move as well. But let's be prepared for multiple scenarios. So don't be surprised. All of a sudden, Bitcoin drops to 100,000 or 98 to test some support levels. These are things that happen in the market. It is not guaranteed. We don't have a crystal ball, but we have to be prepared for all scenarios as educated investors. Now, when you look at Bitcoin on the higher time frame of the weekly chart, still looks really good. The RSI in the weekly is nearing the overbought zone, but it's not there. It's not overheated like the previous rallies we saw, for example, the one in Q4. And the MACD is continuing to show the bulls have momentum here. That's the key metric we've been watching with that flip happening. And it's a very good signal. So let's see what this week brings us. Hopefully it's more strength for Bitcoin. It goes and breaks $112,000, continues the price discovery. That would be really good. And when you look at Bitcoin on the monthly, also shows validation of the bull market continuing, and it looks even more bullish on the monthly chart here. So be patient, and remember the other factors that are in play are also working in favor of with Bitcoin and risk assets, and that's, for example, the dollar currency index, the DXY, continues to break down, showing a lot of weakness in red. The stock market also finding support on the 200-day moving average, and hopefully we see a bounce this week on that. So we're seeing that V-shaped recovery on the stock market, and global liquidity, which has been a leading indicator, and Bitcoin and risk assets, they lag it by 3 months, show there's room for upside here. And if everything plays out according to plan here, no guarantees, Bitcoin could go to near 150K based on where global liquidity is at right now. So patience is the key. Nothing goes up in a straight line. And another factor I've been sharing with you all is on-chain data from Sentiment showing wallets with 10 or more Bitcoin, so the whales that move the market, they continue to accumulate. They're not dumping. They're not dumping like they did last year after the Bitcoin ETF run-up news, the buy the rumor, sell the news event. They started dumping, and we headed into the summer with them exiting a lot of their positions. So these are all great signs, great factors, not feelings or emotions, but data. And this is why we want to look at this data to form our thesis and make sure that we are looking at the right things. Caleb Frenzen, who's a great analyst, I've had him on the podcast, shared a chart and he tweeted out the following. Step 1, identify the trend. Step 2, align to the trend. Step 3, have trend invalidation. It's really that simple. All I see is higher highs and higher lows with an opportunity to flip the prior all-time highs into support after producing new all-time highs. That's an uptrend, folks. So again, there's going to be chop, retesting of support levels, but we're still, as he said, making higher highs and higher lows. So stair-stepping our way upwards. So very good sign here. Now, folks, Treasury of the Secretary Scott Bessent was interviewed, and he had some very bullish statements about crypto. He said US-backed stablecoins could create $2 trillion of demand for US Treasuries. And he says, we are going big on digital assets. Let me play the clip for you.
If really we went big into stablecoin in this country, what effect could that have on the strength of the dollar? Because people might have to hold dollars in order to match against it, or even for treasuries.
Well, we are going big on digital assets. So Trump administration has made digital assets a priority. Past administration starved and almost made extinct a lot of these companies and pushed it offshore. So what we want to do is apply the highest U.S. regulatory and AML standards to digital assets, especially stablecoins. And I've seen estimates that just over the short term, stablecoins could create $2 trillion of demand for U.S. Treasuries and Treasury bills. To put that in context, the number is probably about $300 billion right now.
So there you have it, folks. And it's what I've been telling you all for a long time. This is going to help secure the dollar dominance as the world reserve currency. And I've been highlighting that many countries, including China, have been buyers of U.S. Treasuries, but the U.S. is not going to be as dependent on that anymore because they're going to have stablecoin issuers holding the Treasury bonds. And the other day, Senator Haggerty quoted a Citibank study that showed that stablecoin issuers will be the largest holders of U.S. Treasuries by 2030. So I hope you see the direction we're headed in. And they're going to put everything on the blockchain, folks. Your money, your assets, it's all going on the blockchain. It's, as Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, said just a couple of years ago, tokenization is the future of finance. That's where we're headed. So this is where you want to put your bets in. Recognize what's happening, of course, the disruption, the trend, and take your positions on the different blockchains by holding the respective native tokens. And of course, you want to ride the cycles accordingly, right? So we're in a bull market where I believe this year we're going to see the blow off top and the fifth wave, as many would say. And that's where you want to be taking some profits. Sure, you may hold some crypto long term if you want, or you can buy back in the bear market. That is something you can do. So you want to explore those options. Personally, I'll be taking profits and then using some of the profits to then buy the bloody bear market again. I've done this in the past bull markets. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Propy. Propy is leading the charge with putting real estate on chain. I started investing in the Propy token in 2018 because when I saw Propy, I was like, wait a minute. If blockchain is going to be used in different industries, real estate is going to be disrupted big time. And a lot of middlemen are going to be cut out. They're going to tokenize on the blockchain. And no one else was doing this except Propy. So they are ahead of the curve. So I'm very bullish on this project. And they're putting titles, deeds on the blockchain. They've created NFTs for properties and much more. They're a licensed Web3 pioneer. They've been around since 2017. They've facilitated over $4 billion in transactions. And you can buy and sell property on Propy's platform using crypto. And of course, it's all powered by blockchain. And they use Coinbase for the crypto escrow. So they are fully set up to let you sell and buy properties using your cryptocurrencies if you want. And they're working with a lot of the real estate associations in the United States and much more. So once again, I'm very bullish on this project. I hold a token, and they have a great promotion going on where you can earn some free Propy tokens by just doing simple things like sharing a video, signing up, inviting a friend, and much more. So if you'd like to learn more about Propy, visit the link in the description. Now, folks, we have some very big news around fundraising for investment into crypto. So Adam Back, who's a Bitcoin OG, leads $2.2 million raise for Swedish health firm's Bitcoin buys. So Blockstream CEO Adam Back has led a 21 million Swedish krona, which is $2.2 million, funding round in the Swedish health tech company H100 Group AB, which last week said it would start buying Bitcoin. So this is very important, folks. We've been seeing the trend globally now of companies adopting the Michael Saylor strategy playbook of using Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset to preserve the value of their cash reserves as well as grow it. Now, some companies are raising debt in order to buy Bitcoin. We'll see how that plays out. I'm okay with companies taking some of their cash reserves and doing this. But the way Michael Saylor's been doing it, I think is a bit excessive. That's a lot of leverage, and we've seen leverage blow ups in the past and TradFi and much more. So hopefully everything works out there. But we continue to see many companies in different countries adopt this strategy. And I think everybody sees what's on the horizon with governments looking to set up strategic Bitcoin reserves. US states here are passing Bitcoin reserve bills and much more. So H100 said on May 25th that the funds secured through 0% interest convertible loans will be used to purchase Bitcoin in line with its Bitcoin buying pivot announced on May 22nd. So incredible stuff here. Very bullish for the asset class. And here's another example. Cardone Capital launches a 10x Miami River Bitcoin fund. So the investment fund combines multifamily real estate with Bitcoin, maximizing upside by converting a portion of the monthly cash flows to Bitcoin. Very smart move here. In an interview with Cointelegraph, Cardone Capital founder and CEO Grant Cardone said the Miami River Bitcoin Fund, which is the firm's fourth blended investment vehicle mixing Bitcoin and commercial multifamily real estate, will convert a portion of its monthly cash flows to Bitcoin. He said, "My brother said to me, you should look at it if you would have converted all your cash flow from real estate to Bitcoin and what that would have done over the last 12 years. Well, it would have taken $160 million and turned it into around $3 billion. So Bitcoin is becoming this black hole, this financial black hole that's sucking in a lot of cash, and it's becoming this asset that's a great hedge and that is outperforming other assets. It's, as Paul Tudor Jones said a couple of, or I should say 4 years ago, he called it right. Bitcoin and crypto is the fastest horse in the race, and the race among assets, folks. So this is pretty incredible. Now look at this. Pakistan allocates 2,000 megawatts power for Bitcoin mining and AI centers. A sign of the times, folks. Just imagine reading a headline like this maybe in 2017 or 2016 when I got into the market. It wouldn't have happened. This would have been like crazy news, but things have changed significantly. And, recently we reported that Pakistan set up a crypto advisory council. I think they have CZ, former Binance CEO, as part of that council. So you're just seeing countries across the globe that you wouldn't even think would want to participate in this are participating. And kudos to them because they're recognizing the disruption, the change, and they need to get on board here. So the move is part of a broader digital transformation plan spearheaded by the Pakistan Crypto Council and backed by the Ministry of Finance, according to a May 25th report by local news outlet 24 News HD TV channel. In the first phase, the government plans to channel excess power into AI infrastructure and crypto mining operations. Finance Minister Mohammed Aurangzeb, if I'm saying that right, said the decision is expected to attract billions in foreign investment while generating high-tech employment across the country. Did you catch that last line there, folks? You see the direction we're headed in here? This is why you want to be up to speed, have the knowledge about blockchain and crypto and AI and these disruptive technologies, folks. And I have a 7-year-old, so like I'm prepping to educate her about all these things because the world she's going to be an adult in, it's going to be very different from now, folks. There's going to be robots and AI doing a lot of things, not as many jobs to go around. And we're going to be doing new things like space exploration and so forth, but it's not going to be the same type of economy that we're in now. So I'm going to try to help her study a lot of these things and learn about it and not force her into it, but, understand the world she's going to be in and what's coming. And maybe she'll be an engineer that works on robots or things along those lines or something new with blockchain, right? So these are things to think about. And you're seeing these governments are making these big moves, trying to get ahead of the change that's coming. And folks, it's going to come very quick. You see all these technologies making incredible iterations and moving very fast, and they're getting very sophisticated. So what a time to be alive, folks. Now, something you all need to know about. This is something I think I mentioned after the Coinbase data breach and what happened there. And that is these scammers, they have your email address, they have your name, but they also have your physical mailing address. What they are doing is sending letters to you in the mail, especially around Ledger. They want you to visit a website. They want you to scan a QR code. Folks, watch out. Ledger, Coinbase, these exchanges are not going to send you physical mail. And on the small chance they do, just double check everything. Don't scan anything. Don't go to any website. Go Google and see what's happening, or check on X and email me, whatever it may be. Just check. Don't be you got to be careful here, right? I can't overemphasize how careful you have to be, because these bastards are trying to steal your crypto. And I saw the letter that was circulating on X. It looked so legit. Here, if those of you watching on the video here, you'll see proper header, corporate header, logo, everything, right? And it has a QR code. Folks, be careful. These guys are getting really sophisticated now, and it sucks that, a lot of our data was put out there. The person who actually shared this, surprisingly, was Mike Belshi, who is this founder and CEO of BitGo, one of the crypto custodians, but his data didn't get hacked from BitGo, he got hacked from Coinbase. So this is really crazy, man. We got to be careful, folks. Be careful. Don't fall for this stuff. Watch the emails, watch the messages you get on social media, watch the texts you get on your phone, the calls you get, right? As always, you may get a text saying, "Oh, your funds are being stolen and you need to log in right away." Don't panic. That's where they get you. It's to trigger you into this emotional reaction. Oh my God, my fund. No, no. Just calm down, go slow, and recognize it for what it is, right? The first thing I do when I get something like that and I see okay, maybe there's some level of validity to this email or something, I'll go to the app or the exchange directly and check and just double check everything. I don't click on anything. I don't download anything. You guys know what I mean, right? This is phishing 101. If you work for a company, you've probably been through security training. So folks, just be careful. This stuff these guys are not giving up. So I hope everybody stays safe and you don't lose your crypto. Folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. If you'd like to support me in the podcast, be sure to subscribe to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital, and my new course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that can help you learn about all aspects of crypto. So be sure to check it out. Link will be in the description. Thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.